Hello, my name is Sumanth Reddy Anumula. In this presentation, I will discuss how AI-powered smart receiving and predictive claims management can transform the retail operations from cost centers into strategic assets. I will walk you through the key challenges in the current retail systems, how AI helps solve them, and the measurable impact these solutions can deliver at the enterprise scale. The receiving dock is one of the most critical yet often overlooked areas in the retail operations. Retail networks today handle a very high volume of daily deliveries, and each delivery requires verification. However, the manual verification process do not scale with this level of complexity. As a result, most inventory inaccuracies actually originate at the receiving point. These small errors may seem insignificant individually, but they compound over time and lead to significant financial losses. The key insight here is the receiving dock is not just an operational step, it is the highest leverage point for improving accuracy using AI. Retail assortments have expanded dramatically over the years, but the systems used to manage them were designed for a much simpler environment. Every additional SKU introduces more complexity and increases the probability of error. As product variety grows, error rates grow along with it. This creates a clear gap between operational complexity and the system capability. And that gap is where inefficiencies and the losses begin. Fraudulent returns are another major challenge in the retail operations. The biggest issue is not just the fraud itself, but the delay in detecting it. Traditional systems depend heavily on the manual review, which means fraud is often identified only after the loss has already occurred. This allows the fraudulent behavior to repeat across the multiple transactions before it is detected. So organizations end up reacting to fraud instead of preventing it. Traditional inventory systems are fundamentally reactive. They struggle to maintain accuracy, especially at the scale. They also create the operational bottlenecks during peak periods, and importantly, they lack the ability to detect the fraud proactively. As retail expands into omni-channel environments, these limitations become even more visible. The result is delayed decisions, increased manual effort, and higher operational costs. To address these challenges, a fundamental shift is required. We need to move from the reactive operations to proactive intelligence. This means detecting discrepancies at the point of receiving, not after. It means evaluating risk before accepting returns, and it means enabling real time visibility across all operations. This shift transforms operations from cost centers into strategic capabilities. The first pillar of this transformation is the smart receiving. We use edge computing to process data directly at the receiving dock. This allows inventory validation to happen in the real time. Routine validations are handled instantly at the edge. More complex scenarios are processed in the cloud. Over time, machine learning models learn from the historical data and continuously improve. This enables real time, scalable error detection at the source. The second pillar is fraud detection using machine learning. Instead of relying on a single model, multiple models work together. They analyze the customer behavior, transaction timing, and the network relationships across the accounts. By combining these multiple signals, the system can identify the patterns and that traditional methods miss. This improves the accuracy while also reducing the false positives. The third pillar is dashboards. This is where we convert the raw data into the actionable insights. Different roles receive tailored views like store managers, operation teams, and the executives. Real time alerts enable early detection of issues, and this allows the teams to take action quickly before problems escalate. As a result, resolution time is reduced and the operational efficiency improves. To scale this solution, a structured approach is required. We begin with pilot deployments to validate the feasibility, then we run multiple validation cycles to ensure consistency. Once validated, we roll out across all locations in a controlled manner. Finally, we continuously optimize based on feedback. This phased approach ensures smooth adoption with minimal disruption. The impact of AI driven receiving is immediately visible. Errors are detected and resolved at the source before they propagate into the downstream systems. This leads to improved inventory accuracy, which improves shelf availability, which directly contributes to the better sales performance. These improvements create a compounding effect across the organization. AI enables a dual benefit. Fraudulent returns are identified and prevented before acceptance. At the same time, legitimate returns are processed faster. This improves the customer experience while reducing the financial losses. So, this is not a trade off, it is a dual advantage. Beyond accuracy and fraud, there are broader benefits. Labor productivity improves because teams spend less time on manual reconciliation. Customer facing teams can focus more on the service. Real time monitoring enables faster decisions, and overall operations become more efficient and responsive. This transformation redefines the retail operating model. The receiving dock is no longer just a checkpoint, it becomes an active verification engine. Every transaction adds value. The most important shift is mindset from cost center to strategic asset. The future of retail is proactive, predictive, and real time. AI systems continuously learn and improve. Organizations that adopt this approach will not only improve the efficiency but also redefine the operational excellence. Before I conclude, I would like to address a few key questions related to the practical application of this solution in the large scale retail environments. How do AI powered smart receiving systems improve inventory accuracy and the operational efficiency in the large scale retail environments? That's a great question. AI powered smart receivings improve accuracy by shifting validation to the point of receiving. Instead of relying on manual verification or the delayed reconciliation, AI enables real time validation as the inventory arrives. At a technical level, these systems combine edge computing with machine learning models. Edge processing allows immediate validation at the dock, while the machine learning models analyze patterns based on the historical data. This helps identify discrepancies such as quantity mismatches, incorrect items, or labeling issues right at the source. From an operational standpoint, this reduces the need for downstream corrections, which means fewer reconciliation cycles, less manual intervention, and faster inventory availability. In large scale environments, this has a compounding effect. Improved accuracy leads to better shelf availability, which directly impacts sales performance. At the same time, real time processing reduces delays and improves overall efficiency across the supply chain. So, in summary, AI improves both accuracy and efficiency by enabling real time data driven validation at the earlier possible stage. The second question is, what strategies can organizations use to effectively implement predictive claims management while minimizing fraud and operational risks? That's another important question. Effective predictive claims management requires a combination of data strategy, machine learning, and process integration. The first strategy is leveraging ensemble machine learning models. Instead of relying on a single algorithm, multiple models work together to evaluate each claim. These models analyze behavioral patterns, transaction history, and network relationships to identify risk signals. The second strategy is shifting from reactive to predictive evaluation. This means assessing the risk of a return before even it is accepted rather than after processing. By doing this, organizations can prevent fraudulent claims instead of just detecting them later. The third strategy is integrating these models directly into the operational workflows, for example, flagging high risk claims for additional review while allowing low risk claims to be processed automatically. This ensures that efficiency is maintained without compromising control. Finally, continuous learning is critical. As new fraud patterns emerge, models must be updated and retrained to remain effective. This creates an adaptive system that evolves with changing behavior. So, overall, the key is combining the predictive intelligence, real time decision making, and the continuous learning to minimize both fraud and operational risks. Thank you for your time.